NiFe Show, where we dissect the human psyche in society. My name is Denzel Mensah, and I'm an ENFJ.
And my name is Joyce, and I'm an INFJ. And today we have a guest, and his name is Prem. And he has a YouTube channel, actually, too. One on how it's like being an ENTP, specifically in the objective personality system, and another YouTube channel about meaning and life and love, how everything links back to how we can deal with suffering better.
I think we are living in a world where suffering is almost it has this vibe of, oh, you're struggling through something. It doesn't feel like a road trip. Suffering doesn't feel fun. It feels like it's something you have to do and something you don't want to do. My goal is to find ways to make this entire process fun, because it is fun. However, it's the way you perceive it really makes a difference. So I'm in that journey, exploring it, trying to document my journey, how I experience it, and trying to see if I could make it fun. Let's say I have a problem. This conversation is about the solution, all right? But we never investigate itself why the problem is even arising in the first place. Also, for me personally, I have a huge resistance in implementing someone else's problems. If I have to trust you for me to be happy, now my happiness is dependent on you. It's the same mechanism for which I'm suffering. So rather than my suffering coming from a beach, it would come from you, because I'm trusting your word.
I'm reading through a book right now called Love and Limerence. Heidi Priebe had put out a video on the term limerence. But essentially, this idea of limerence is when you're more in love with pretty much the idea of someone than the person itself. And so you're using your imagination and little tidbits of what you can glean from the person that fits whatever you're making up about the person to then fuel what your imagination is of the person. And it's almost like the more that you experience the person in reality, then the more that limerence starts to fade, because you're realizing that you don't actually like the person. You just like the idea that you've conjured of the person. A lot of us tend to have a sort of limerence with life. In a way, we are allowing ourselves to pretty much have this ideal of how life should look like, an expectation, and we're not really just getting life for what it is and making the best of it there. And that's where the suffering might come from.
So let's say that you are the main person who oversees the council in your mind. But when you don't love yourself, you're not taking care of that council in your mind. So let's say one part of the council is the part of your body. Your body's like, if the main person who's looking over us isn't even caring about us, well, I'm just going to overeat, because that's how I show love to this main person.
To help people understand what self-love actually looks like, and not the distorted version of what self-love might look like. And then in having a proper view of self-love, then suffering will still ensue. But while you're suffering, you will be accepting reality, which once you accept your reality and you begin to love yourself and reality, then the suffering becomes fun.
Okay.